What's up, SnEaKyNation? SnEaKy P here, back with all the news after week 12 in year number 2 of our 49ers franchise, where the 49ers got a loss to the 9-2 Arizona Cardinals. Let's go ahead and check out some highlights. The Cardinals would strike first, Patterson down the right side, beating DeMarcus Avery on the play. Then on 3rd and 12, over the middle, this is Trace Ash, the rookie, down the field. And that would be a Cardinal touchdown. They would go on top 7-0 early on. 49ers trying to get into the game on 2nd down and 10 on the right side. This is Selleck with a big play. However, it's not going to result in a touchdown. The 49ers would have to punt the ball away. The Cardinals back out onto the field. David Johnson having himself a good first quarter. He would go down with injury, though, on 3rd and 3. Another conversion for the Cardinals. And then the backup, Presley, down the field from 23 yards out. The rookies getting it done for the Cardinals in the game here. 14-0 is the score. Play action, Kessler down the field to Chris Owusu. Then on 4th and 1, the 49ers would get their first points of the game on a Joel Edison field goal. 14-3 would be the score, but the Cardinals offense has yet to be stopped. Brown down the left side. Then on 3rd down and 3, Presley again into the end zone for the second time, breaking some tackles, and the Cardinals would be on top 21-3, overtaking Elway with touchdown passes would be Carson Palmer there. And then right before halftime, a big defensive pass interference would set up this Selleck touchdown, and the 49ers trying not to let the game get away from them. 21-3 would be the score going into the break. The Cardinals would get the ball to start the third quarter, though, and here is Brown with the reception. That would set up this field goal. 24-10 would be the score. 49ers not out of it yet, though, down the right side. Quentin Patton across midfield. And then on 4th and 3, another field goal. Joel Edison has been killing it for the 49ers. 24-13. And then Marcus Gesser would get the interception. That would set the 49ers up with great field position here. Gesser having himself an outstanding rookie season on 2nd down and goal on the right side. Wally into the end zone, touchdown for the San Francisco 49ers. They would go for 2. It would not be good. So 24-19 is still the score. And now Presley, again, the rookie, filling in for the injured David Johnson, over 100 yards on the day, an outstanding effort. And then Michael Floyd, his only catch of the day, would get him down to the 5. Then on 4th and goal from the 3, they would kick another field goal. So an 8-point game. The 49ers are still in this, but Kessler has got to get this offense going on 2nd down and 20. Quentin Patton for an 18-yard gain. And then Carlos Hyde up the middle, an 11-yard rush on 1st and 10. Kessler going to find Aaron Burbridge for his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers are right back in this. They need a 2-point conversion to tie the game, though, and Carlos Hyde unable to deliver. So the Cardinals would end up kicking a field goal here and taking a 5-point lead. So a field goal is no longer an option. We saw Cody Kessler lead the comeback against the Seahawks. Does he have it in him again on 4th and 1? Carlos Hyde with the run on 1st and 10. This is going to be Willie Snead. Things were looking good for the 49ers, but on 4th down and 3, it is tipped away, and the Cardinals would take over on downs, looking for Shaquan Fryer there, and the 49ers would get the loss. Cardinals are a tough team, and we really might have been able to get back into that game, but Chris Owusu dropping a crucial 3rd down pass there that led to the 4th down. And then, of course, next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts. This is a perfect rebound game for the 49ers. The Colts, really not a good team. They are 1-10 on the season. So if there was ever a game for the 49ers to get their mojo back, it is against this Colts team. And even with the loss against the Cardinals, I think it's safe to say the 49ers look much improved. Granted, Carson Palmer picked our defense apart, but to be within 5 against one of the best teams in the NFL is not a bad thing at all. As you see, the 49ers defense getting the completion there. Quentin Patton on the left side going to gain 4. 2nd down and 6 on the right side. Patton would get the first down. So 1st and goal. Our defense trying to step up, so maybe we can keep Andrew Luck in check. Andrew Luck has been struggling lately since returning from injury. Does not look like the same player at all. 49ers would like to keep it that way. On 2nd down and goal, Carlos Hyde going down. 3rd and goal now. Kessler looking for somebody on the right side, and Gesser would swat this one away. 4th and goal over the middle. Willie Snead has it, and the offense is going to get the touchdown. So it's coming down to the 3rd play, whether or not the 49ers can get the silver or the bronze, and that's a dropped pass. 2nd down and 10 on the right side. Patton is going down. Gesser on the stop. 3rd down and 8. Kessler looking for the first. Pressure coming, and he is going down. It is going to be 4th and long here. We will see if the 49ers defense can get the silver ahead of the Colts game. 4th and 21 to the end zone, and Jimmy Ward there for the stop. So the silver medal for the 49ers defense, not looking bad at all. Let's go ahead and get to our press questions of the day. First one is coming from Dr. Donut Squad Hustlers. Have you considered keeping Carlos Hyde as the starter even when Kirkland Marion returns? And really, we want it to be a 50-50 situation. We have a lot of faith in both of those running backs. Carlos Hyde might be a bit more consistent, where Kirkland Marion is much more likely to blow the top off of defense. We definitely want them both getting a lot of snaps throughout the regular season. And then the second question is coming from Andrew Drelick. I apologize if I didn't say your name right. Do you think Wilkerson could win Defensive Rookie of the Year or Defensive Back of the Year? And I certainly think he's got to be in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, when you have as many interceptions as he does, your name is going to be in the conversation. However, there are still plenty of games left. We'll have to see how he ends the year. But right now, I think it's probably... he's probably in the front running, I would say. As for Defensive Back of the Year, I don't know. He's not being targeted as much as some other cornerbacks. And while that is essentially what you would love to have happen from a cornerback, I don't know if Madden takes that into consideration. But, you know, we saw him shut down Deshaun Jackson for Washington. We saw him completely take him out of the game. We saw him get clutch interceptions time and time again. This is a guy making plays. I think his name should be in the conversation. I don't know if he's going to win the award, but it'll be nice to see his name up there if it is. So we'll have to see how he ends the rest of the year, but I wouldn't rule anything out. So with those answers, let's go ahead and check out the scores from around the NFL. First up, we have 27-21, the Jags with the victory over the Titans. That's the Titans' second straight loss and the Jags' second win of the year. The Jags now at 2-8-1. The Titans now at 5-6. So 2 straight losses, not looking good. Darrell Cleveland would get 2 touchdowns on the day. We saw him earlier on in the season. Jason Morrow, 9 catches, 99 yards for him. Wims, a pretty solid effort there for the Titans as well. Still do not know why they traded away Tajay Sharp. Doesn't seem to be working out for them with their 5-6 record, but it's a decision they made, and maybe they'll get some better players with those draft picks. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. No fumbles recovered on the day, 19-7. The Bills with a victory over the Colts. The Bills now at 5-6. The Colts now at 1-10 on the year, and this is the team the 49ers are getting ready to play. As you see, Andrew Luck, not a good game. He has really not been the same player since returning from injury. In fact, the confidence level of this entire team is just shattered. Here is Torrey Smith, and we have a lot of interesting matchups between Torrey Smith and Eric Reed, 2 former 49ers that we traded to the Colts. They really haven't been having bad seasons for the Colts, but it's just not leading to wins for them right now. They've really struggled with their play at the quarterback position, and it's just not working out for the Colts well at all. They should have the number 1 overall pick if this continues, though, so we'll have to see what happens. 17-10, the Giants with a victory over the Vikings. Both teams now at 4-7 on the year. Neither team anticipated being in this position. The Giants went 9-6-1 last year. The Vikings 11-5. So for both of them to really be struggling at this point, neither team is too happy with where they are. I'll say that. And we haven't seen great quarterback play from the Vikings this season. It's been very inconsistent. Their defense stepped up a lot more last season than we've been seeing so far this season as well. That's probably part of the reason too. But I don't know what is going on with these two teams. It's just not happening for them. No fumbles recovered here in that game. 32-18, the Dolphins with a victory over the Jets. The Dolphins now at 4-7. The Jets again also at 4-7. Dolphins only won 4 games all of last year, so certainly much improved. There's Dylan Burke, 78 yards for him, the teammate of Sean Kendall at Pittsburgh. Brandon Marshall, 7 catches, 120 yards for him. But there was only 2 touchdowns thrown in. Sykes, a rookie, would have one of them there. Kiko Alonso, 13 tackles, 2 sacks for Bryant on the day. The Jets defense would get the majority of the sacks, though. Interceptions, 2 for Kiko Alonso to go with his 13 tackles. Pryor would have one as well. Fumbles forced, 1 being recovered by Jason Jones. 21-14, the Panthers with a victory over the Saints, and this is a big one because these two teams obviously in the same division, and both teams now with a 7-3-1 record. So the Panthers getting the victory over the Saints here could certainly changed the tide for the division. The Saints were the better team throughout the majority of the season, but they've dropped 2 in a row now, and the Panthers have been on a bit of a winning streak here. So all of a sudden, the Panthers looking like the favorites for this division right now. But again, both teams are tied. Plenty of time left as you see O'Neal McLaughlin, the 6'3" corner out of Wisconsin, getting an interception there. Next game, we have a 26-20 victory. The Ravens with the victory over the Browns. And with that win, the Ravens officially with a better record than last season. The Ravens now at 4-6-1 after going 3-13 last year. The Browns went 9-6-1 last year. They are now at 2-8-1, not getting it done. And again, Houston Church he's been a great rookie, but I think they have too many holes across the board. They do have a franchise quarterback. The Browns have that guy in place. So now it's all about getting the right pieces around him, and we'll just have to pay attention to what they do. Demario Davis continues to be a great player on the defensive side of the ball. Greg Hardy as well has been very good for them. Haven't seen as much from Ogba in his second season, though. Last year he was a standout rookie, and I haven't noticed him as much this year. 24-18, the Falcons with a victory over the Bucs. The Falcons now at 6-5. The Bucs, the first team in the division right now, under 500 at 5-6. So again, this is really the division to beat in the NFC right now. A bunch of teams looking very, very good. Panthers out in front a little bit. The Saints right behind them though. And look at this, Eubanks only 34 yards, but he led the team in catches. And I think there is an injury right now to Julio Jones, as you see, 0 catches for 0 yards. I'm pretty sure he has been injured because I haven't seen his name called a whole lot lately. And that could be a big reason why the Falcons are not near as good this season as they were last. But Eubanks has been filling in admirably, but he's not Julio Jones yet anyway. Houston would recover a fumble there. 34-26, the Broncos with the victory over the Chargers. The Broncos now at 7-4 on the year. The Chargers at 5-6. And again, their offense is just not... I apologize. Their defense has been struggling a lot more this season than last year. Their offense, too. I mean, when you go from a 14-2 team to a 5-6 team, I think it's pretty safe to say both sides of the ball are having issues compared to what they were doing last season. And again, Joey Bosa, kind of in a sophomore slump as well. We saw he had a sack and a half today, but really have not been calling his number near as much as we did last year during his rookie campaign. 27-24, the Redskins with a victory over the Seahawks. That is good news for the 49ers, who also got a loss this week. Redskins now at 6-5. Denton Ritchie, 3-3 for 41 yards, but Kirk Cousins, another solid outing for him. 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. It's going to be hard to bench a player when they are playing like that. The Seahawks now at 5-6. So again, good news for the 49ers there. To get that little extra cushion, a little extra room to work with, I guess. 49ers currently in second place in the division right now. KJ Wright, 2 sacks on the day. Interceptions, what do we got here? Nothing going on. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. And won by Ricky Jean-Francois, but it is not recovered. Jean-Francois, I'm sorry. 37-16, the Texans with a victory over the Rams. The Texans now at 7-4 on the year. The Rams at 5-6 as well. So again, 49ers, number 2 in the division right now, but currently 3 games behind the Arizona Cardinals. So not a great situation to be in, especially with the Cardinals having the tiebreaker over us. So it's not likely the 49ers are able to win the division, but if we can close out the season well, we could get a wild card spot. And again, we're playing the Colts, the worst team in the NFL, next. Certainly a good time for the 49ers to get their act together. 38-20, the Bengals with a victory over the Packers. So we talked a lot about the Bengals struggling this year. They are now at 5-6, but that's 2 wins in a row, which really wouldn't mean much when you're still at 5-6. However, getting a victory over the 7-4 Packers is certainly a good win right there. Finner having a great game. And again, the Bengals really didn't look good all last season. They were a wild card team that had to play on the road all the way to the Super Bowl, and they still ended up making it happen. So if the Bengals can turn around and get some momentum going for them, this is a team to keep an eye on. 38-24, the Steelers with a victory over the Patriots. The Steelers now at 9-2 on the year. The Patriots at 7-4. But look at James Vallejo right there with Ben Roethlisberger. 322 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions for the rookie. He continues to have an outstanding season. Gronkowski, 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown for him. Here's the other Finner brother, 5 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown. And it's interesting to see that the two Finner brothers, both out of Wisconsin, both red zone threats going to division rivals, and the Bengals and the Steelers there. I definitely love that storyline right now. No interceptions in this one. Roethlisberger and Vallejo were both outstanding. Nathaniel Marriott, the first-round pick for the Patriots, had a good game, though. 31-13, the Lions with a victory over the Bears. The Lions now at 6-5. The Bears now at 6-5. And again, Whittington not getting any time in this one. And Cutler still has the keys to this team right now. You got to wonder when the Bears are going to change that, but they went 3-13 last year. They're 6-5 this year. They are much improved, but we saw Whittington contribute to that. There's Kinney for the Bears, and then there's Corey Orr, 3.5 sacks, another rookie. So the Bears really did an outstanding job drafting, and you're seeing it reflected right away with their record there. But Corey Orr out of Louisville, killing it right now. Maybe a new Khalil Mack, as you see another rookie forcing a fumble. He didn't recover. 30-28, the Cowboys with the victory over the Eagles. The Cowboys now at 5-6 on the year. The Eagles now at 6-5. And again, they started off 5-0, so they are 1-5 in their last 6 games. Not where they would like to be. And the division very much up for grabs. The Giants not doing well at all. The Redskins are at 6-5. They are now tied with the Eagles for the division lead. The Cowboys are right behind them at 5-6. So plenty of time to go. This is still anybody's division right now, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Scandrick, 2 interceptions on the day there. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. We are having Brown forcing and recovering the only fumble. 24-7, the Chiefs with a victory over the Raiders. The Chiefs now at 6-5 on the year. The Raiders now at 6-4-1. Raiders not looking good over these last few weeks, and the Chiefs have really turned it around. Earlier on in the season, they were not good at all, and they have really put together a nice win streak here. And all of a sudden, the Chiefs are a threat again. So we're going to have to keep an eye on them as the season winds down here. But certainly on the right track there. And getting a win over a division opponent that was ahead of them is a very good win as well, obviously. So still is ahead of them, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. Matthew Stafford, 27-41, 353 yards, 3 touchdowns for him. Fletcher Cox, 7 tackles, 3 sacks. Kiko Alonso, 13 tackles, 2 interceptions. And James Vallejo, even though his team lost to the Steelers, 26-45, 322 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. He also had 7 carries for 21 yards. Florida A&M defensive back Jared McGraw picks off 3 passes en route to player of the game honors in his final collegiate game, so we will have to keep an eye on him. And Todd McShay is saying it's a no-fly zone. If he's in the area, he's going to get an interception, so we definitely have to scout him some. The rest of the stories we have already seen, though, but you guys know I love my defensive backs, and I definitely want to improve this defense, especially after seeing him really struggle. 77% completion for Carson Palmer. We need to see some players here. But look at McGraw. Not looking very good. Projected mid-first round. They're saying no fly zone, but his top 3 skills are not looking good at all. Here is Tony Jordan. Projected late 3rd rounder, but they're saying undrafted talent. I do like his man coverage and zone coverage, though. DJ Starling, excellent zone coverage. Nothing else I really like, but I got to keep an eye on with that zone coverage for a late round pick. Dixon Hobson, good man coverage, good zone coverage, not great press. And then Mac Hackett, good zone. Not much else to like there, but another guy keeping an eye on. And then if you looked out towards the right side, Andrew Luck again, and the confidence level for this Colts team is shattered right now. They're 1-10. Andrew Luck was injured for a good while. He is back from his injury now, but not looking like the same player. Isaiah Crowell, a nice pickup for the Colts, not translating very well right now. T.Y. Hilton, a great number 1 wide receiver. Dante Moncrief and Torrey Smith there as well. But again, if you look at the right side, their stats, they're all tanking. This team has no confidence right now. And it shows in their games. It definitely shows in their games. I mean, they're struggling to score. They're struggling to defend. And if the 49ers are going to earn a wild card spot, it starts with this game. This is a winnable game. And the 49ers have got to prove that they can win the games they are supposed to win. We've seen them get upsets against good teams. We've seen them beat bad teams. But we've seen them lose to bad teams. And if the 49ers would like to to really make their mark, they've got to stop losing to teams they should beat. Vontae Davis there, the number one corner. Outside of that, not much to work with. They do have Marcos Yancey, a rookie, but overall, a lot of question marks in the secondary there. Eric Reed, traded from the 49ers to the Colts, has been okay this season for them, but overall, just a lot of question marks. They have a lot of depth at safety. Look at this. So much depth at safety there. Not translating to wins right now, though. The Colts are missing Mike Muhammad. That is a key injury. They're missing a backup linebacker as well. Nothing too serious. Both guys should return soon, but they will be missing this game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did, and I'll see you guys in Week 13 as the 49ers take on the Colts. Later.